Welcome to my review of Pieces of a Woman, which will be streaming on Netflix January 7th, and it's directed by Cornel Mundruksho. I checked, that is how you pronounce it, and it stars Vanessa Kirby, Shia LaBeouf, Ellen Burstyn, among many others. Spectacular cast. Let's talk about it. We follow a young couple about to give birth, but when the young mother's home birth ends in unfathomable tragedy, she begins a year-long odyssey of mourning. And along the way, she fractures a lot of her closest relationships, and we follow this woman as she learns to live alongside loss. And before I crack on with this review, I want to know what you guys thought. If you've seen Pieces of a Woman on a festival through a screener like me, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't, let me know how excited you are for it. And if you're new here, please consider clicking the subscribe button down below. It helps me out, it helps the channel, and you might get cookies, and it's free. And I have merch on sale on TeePublic and Redbubble.com as well. Links for that also in the description. Go check those out and tag me if you buy some when you get them. Let's crack on with this review. I want to start this review by saying that this is a very, very tough movie to watch. At points even uncomfortable. This is a raw, visceral look at loss and grief and everything in between. The bad stages, the worst stages of a person's life. And Vanessa Kirby in this is mesmerizing. She is incredible. She plays this woman who, of course, has gone through something I cannot even begin to comprehend or put myself in her shoes, but something that she plays so freaking well. Every moment on screen, it's like she's about to break. And at points, you can even see her breaking. You can see her sometimes even holding that back and not being able to move on. How she deals with this loss has a lot of nuances to it in her performance. Granted, the writing is also great, and we'll get to that, but she seriously is sensational. One of the best performances of the year, one of the best performances in a long time, very worthy of that Oscar, and making this Oscar race all that tighter. And what hurts the most with this film is even when she tries to find some normalcy, to put herself in that place to be able to move on, but not being able to. The thing that hurts the most really is seeing her being her own worst enemy. And again, Kirby plays this to a T. And everyone else is really great as well. Shia LaBeouf is fantastic as well. Ellen Burstyn is also really, really great. And yet another element of the film that comes down on Kirby to make her life all the worst. But I briefly mentioned how good the writing is in this film, and it really is great. It's the type of writing that doesn't pull any punches, that doesn't soften any of the blows to the characters or to the audiences, and makes you go through the grind with these characters. The writing very much makes you feel immersed in the story. At points even, it makes you so immersed, it's almost frustrating how you feel like you're somebody in the room with these people, but you're completely powerless to have your say or do anything about it. And the direction is also really strong. I am not familiar with this director. He's an Hungarian filmmaker, and after seeing this, I am sure going to become familiar with him because he does an amazing job. The opening of this film, which you could call the cold open because it comes before the title card of the film, Pieces of a Woman coming in, this film is a one-shot take in the house with three people, and it is so incredibly uncomfortable to be in this house, to be in that moment with these people, and you can't do a thing about it. Just as I mentioned, you're completely powerless to intervene, to help in any way, to say anything at all, but the film does such a great job at that. Not only that, the fact that these people had so much dialogue without the camera ever cutting. There are moments where you could tell maybe they cut it there, but I personally am not sure at all if they did or not. It is just that well done. And I must reiterate, this film is incredibly upsetting at points. It's incredibly uncomfortable and raw, and you almost want to look away sometimes, but the film is also at the same time so good, you don't want to. You don't want to miss a thing about these people's lives. You don't want to miss a thing at seeing what they're going to do, what they're going to say to this person, maybe at the wrong moment, and the trials and tribulations of everything that happens after this immense tragedy. My one issue with this film is that late into the second act, it can feel a little bit scattered and not up to par with the rest of the film, but it comes back with a very strong final punch. And again, due to the writing, Vanessa Kirby, seriously cannot praise her enough. Pieces of a Woman is an intensely personal and intimate work of art, towered by an incredibly heartbreaking performance from its lead character and actress, and a film that does stick with you, and you can feel that it feels personal as well for the people working on it. I'm giving Pieces of a Woman an A-. Now, my beautiful geekies, have you seen Pieces of a Woman? I know it was on TIFF, I know it was at a few other festivals, so I want to know your thoughts, and don't forget it's coming to Netflix on January 7th. I hope you watch it, I hope you enjoy it. Again, very uncomfortable, very upsetting at points, but nevertheless, a must watch for sure. Thank you so much for watching once again. I'll be back very soon with my top 10 best and worst movies of the year, as well my top 10 most anticipated movies for 2021. I'll see you there, and so until the next video, don't forget to stay beautiful, stay geeky, but most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other and love the movies.